And I can put you in. I can put you in. And I can put you in. I can put you in.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Welcome. Thank you for tuning in to the Big Head Light Skin Comedian Podcast, or better yet, BHLC Podcast. Thank you for tuning in on this February 10th, the day before the Super Bowl, to my podcast. If you want to check out a lot of my podcasts, go to Spotify or either my YouTube page, BHLC Podcast. Thank you for tuning in tonight. I got a great show for y'all. I'm Darren sipping on some liquor water. I appreciate y'all tuning in, but I got a couple things I need to go over first and foremost. Tonight's show, more than anything, is sponsored by my good friend at Smile Center, Dr. Kane, 745 LaGrange Road here in Louisville, Kentucky. I really appreciate him keeping me tight with my smile so I can talk to y'all out there. Also, too, I got a big comedy show coming up Valentine's Day. And it's one of the sponsors of the show, For the Love of Comedy Queens, sponsored by BHLC Entertainment, which is me. And y'all come out. I got these For the Love of Comedy Queens. I got about 4 or 5 comedy queens that's going to hit the stage here at 1481 South Shelby Street, where I'm at doing this podcast, Louisville, Kentucky, this Wednesday night on Valentine's Day, 8 o'clock. So y'all come out and support these queens. If you want a ticket, you can get it from the comedians, $15 in advance, $20 at the door. Now, for those who got wives and girlfriends, bring them out on Valentine's Day. For those of y'all who got side chicks, you can bring them too. And we might have to bring them in through the side door, but we're going to get them in. But please come out and support this. Right here at the 21st Amendment. Also tonight, here at the 21st Amendment, where I'm at here in Louisville, Kentucky, they got the Derby City Bad Kids DJ going on later on tonight. But before that, they got this improv group called, now I'm astonished by the name of this group. The name of the group it's an improv group, and it's called Extra Crispy. Is the name of the improv group. It's $10 again, and it starts at 8 o'clock. Extra crispy, like chicken. Okay? But after that, they got the Derby City Bad Kids DJs going on here, and they co-presented by the Derby City Soul. What else I want to go over here too tonight? Oh, yeah. It being Black History Month. I'm going to go over a little bit about some things of Black History Month after we get this podcast going. I got some things to talk about with that, just 1 or 2 things. I think that's about it. Like I said, if you want to check out my podcast, my latest podcast, any of my podcasts, go to Spotify or either go to YouTube, BHLC podcast on YouTube. And like I said, they got a great show going on down tonight. And my friend Ed, if y'all come down here, y'all talk to Ed. He'll get you straight on anything you need. The food's great. The drinks are great. People are great, too. You know, if my light-skinned self is down here, it's great. So, but come down here and enjoy yourself and enjoy the food and drinks. Now, with that said, I got to bring my guest in. She's no stranger to me, and she may be stranger to you all, but she's no stranger to me because I love when I have on my podcast. She just brings it. She talks about everything she's doing. She's I'm not even going to go over her resume. She'll talk to you all about that. I love having her on my podcast because we just have fun. It's just a conversation. It's not even a podcast more, just a conversation. It's kind of, like I said before, I've said this before, it's like a light skin club it's a conversation. So with that said, I want to bring in my guest, and she's an outstanding person. She's definitely in entertainment. I'm going to let her explain to you all the entertainment she's doing. She's doing big things. She got movies. She's done stand-up. She's always doing something, and I'm really appreciative for having her on my podcast. And it's not the first time I had her on my podcast because she's been so great, I had to bring her back. So y'all give a good BHLC podcast welcome to my good friend, Miss Tara Crush. Y'all come on now, show some love for her. Here she come. What's going on? Yes.
Throw it on me.
What's going on? You doing all right?
My favorite big head light skin comic. How you doing?
I'm doing great, babe. I'm doing great in 2024. Working on myself. That's all. Trying to be myself in 2024 with self-growth. You
Well,
looking
that's
lovely
good.
over there. You doing all
Nobody else
right?
can be you. Nobody else can be you. So I'm glad you decided to be yourself. Thank you.
You know me. Yeah, I know I was communicating with you before you got this podcast. I'm like, is she all right over there? Because the communication lines was kind of going a little left or right there. I said she's gonna make it.
Listen, I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm thinking. Because Facebook giving me a hard time. They
Right,
got my main page in jail. So I done
right.
created this other page on a whim, right?
Okay.
Well, I done forgot what email address I done created. I forgot what email address I used, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's not just telling me like I can't just say what's my email on this account. There's no
Right,
button for that, right?
right.
And I never logged out of the app on my main account.
Okay.
And so I just couldn't get there. So I'm not on live at all
Uh-huh.
because I'm on my phone. And I was
Right.
trying to get onto the stream on my laptop. And I said, you know what? I don't want to be late. I don't want to be late. So here I
Right.
am.
Well, I'm glad you made it. Glad you made it. I didn't really tell the people a whole lot about you. I was
That's
gonna
right.
let you do it because, like I told them, you got your hands in so much, and like I told them, when you come on my podcast, it's just a one-on-one conversation. We have fun, So, um, you know how it goes. Tell a little bit of people about you before we get into our little conversation where we gonna have some fun on.
Cool beans. Okay, so I am comedian Tara Crush. Some people know me as Tara Cooley, which is my government right now.
Okay.
I got on the comedy scene about 2010 and kind of did my thing, I think. I think I came in, doing my thing a little bit.
Mhm.
Got a little notoriety. Started doing a little traveling with the comedy and had to do some soul searching to
Okay.
see if that's really the path that I wanted to take. Because, comedy was just a stage that I took because people was always laughing at the things that I
Right.
said. And I'm an actress. But, in Kentucky, it's not a whole lot of opportunities for a person that looks like me to actually get their
Okay.
acting on. But I
Mhm.
found comedy to be a good way for me to perform. So that's how I got into it. And then people was like, oh, you funny. Oh, you funny. Oh, you this. Oh, you that. And then it kind of was like, do I really want to be all those things?
Right.
So I had to do some soul searching and ask myself, was I in the way of comedians that really did want, the
Mhm.
arena work, wanted the stadium work? I don't want that.
Right.
I'm just
Yeah.
a little old actress. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That
I
just
get it.
happens to be
Yeah.
funny sometimes,
Yep.
So I took a step back and kind of went a little different direction.
Mm-hmm.
Um, got myself married, which kind of just meant that I
Okay.
needed to just
Right.
redo all my comedy. Like none of my jokes work anymore because
Right. Because you
throw it
got
all out
married.
the
No,
window.
yes, like you said, when you get married, some things change. I know I've
Oh
been
yeah,
married for a while.
she gonna need some new bits. She ain't angry no
Right.
more. So,
Right.
so once I got married and my lifestyle changed just a little bit, I
Okay.
was able to focus more on what was gonna make me happy in the
Right.
long run. So I started writing. Started writing
Yeah.
my own movies, and once I wrote the first one, it was suggested that I produce it, so I produced it.
Right. Right.
It came out to be Starstruck, which you can see on Tubi.
There
It's
we
on
go. Put it out
Tubi.
there. On
Y'all gonna
Tubi,
get up
yeah.
off of
I
Tubi
love
next
Tubi. I
because
was just watching a movie today on Tubi. I love Tubi. But it seems like they got a lot
yes,
of people from Detroit on Tubi movies.
listen,
so,
you got a lot of Detroit movie makers, but you know what? I'm not mad at
so,
them. They know
yeah.
they niche, you know,
Right. Yeah.
they knock it
I love-
out. So
Yeah.
I'm not mad at the independent, film creators or whatever. So right now I'm just kind of, I'm gonna step back into the comedy realm
Okay.
by popular demand.
Mm-hmm.
They want to leave me alone. They want
Mm-hmm.
me back on the stage.
Right.
And
You
you
gonna
know
get
what
back? So
that's
you get back
like.
on stage here soon?
Yeah, I'm gonna get back on stage here real soon.
Okay.
I was
All right.
thinking about doing a Valentine's Day show, but I kind of looked and I saw my colleagues. They got a couple of shows going already. And
Okay.
you know me, I'm not gonna try to step on nobody's toes. But next
Right.
Valentine's, it's all me. Like I don't want to hear it because
Right.
I would have already been back on the scene.
Right. Well,
But
you
I
know,
think I'm up.
I got a Valentine's Day show here at 21st Amendment with West End Pookie hosting it with all female. It's called For Love of Comedy Queens, and I got love for my queens, and I'm definitely supporting them on this Black History Month, and
Yeah,
I'm really excited about it. I really am. I even got a little bit of it on the radio on one of these little radio syndications, so I'm really excited about it. I would have put you on there.
absolutely.
I could have had you as a special guest if I knew you was looking for Valentine's Day love.
Anything that West End Pookie's touching is gonna be funny.
Right.
So I definitely want the people to know that. If y'all see that name, West End Pookie, just know you're going to laugh
Oh
your
yeah.
tail off because that's one funny lady there.
Oh yeah. She
So,
is.
so
She's,
yeah, I wish
yeah.
I could have got in on that one, but
Yeah.
I may not be in town on the 21st.
Okay.
You know, that side chick time in there. You know, you after
You
Valentine's
know
Day,
that.
after after
I talked
14th, you
about that
know.
on Facebook the other day. Yeah. Don't get me started on the side chicks. So that's why I wish I was performing because, I'm telling you, I would let go of some stuff. I got a whole lot of side chick stories.
Oh, you know, I got you go. You know, I got my little go tos. You know, it always shock them when I get them.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, some of
Yeah,
these guys, they're
Valentine's
going to come in here with their side chick and their main chick. I'm not that bold. And I told the
right.
side chicks, they're more than welcome to come. They might to bring you through the side door, but we're going to
That's
get you in.
right. You know, your wife ain't letting you do nothing.
Yeah,
You can
so I'm
forget it.
telling you, yeah. So I'm really stoked about it. I'm really happy it's this Wednesday, and I'm just really happy about it. And all my females, they comedians, they ready to do their thing. And I think to me as a comedian, and also as me as an entertainer, and putting these shows on for people, it's really important for me to support a lot of female comedians because I don't think they get enough support like they should.
We don't.
With the men, and I know you know about that one. So
They want you to jump through hoops.
yeah,
They want you to do
so,
all kind of things. And you know, with me, I ain't even going, I ain't saying nothing. But
right,
I was kind of funny,
right.
you know, you know
Yeah,
how
oh
I
yeah,
do.
oh yeah,
And they will be putting the show on. They know I'm funnier than them, but they won't give me no money. It's like, hold on.
right. Yeah, you gotta get what you're worth now.
Put
You know
out
how
for me
well
drinks,
that.
but all I drink is Coca-Cola. Like,
Right. Oh
I'm
man.
not doing comedy for you for two Coca-Cola, sir. No.
Right.
You know,
You
so
know, man.
yeah, that was a part of my problem with the comedy scene in Louisville. I feel like I did enough. I paid enough dues. I did
Right.
enough free shows, enough open mics to
Right.
be able to, demand what I demand. And then I just put on my own shows. And I ain't
Yeah.
gonna worry about you putting me on your shows. I can just throw my own shows in.
Right.
Go that route. And there's
Yeah.
some things that I do want to do that I'm going to do. So be on the
Yeah,
lookout for that. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I put on this banner here about. I just put the movie because tell the people about a little bit what got you into producing, directing movies, and I know it's kind of the way we met. Even though I already knew you were just here from Louisville, but I know you was a great actor, and you're doing your thing with the movie. Just tell people how you got into this movie thing and how good you are doing that because you're doing a great job with it. And I've seen the movie Starstruck. I like it. It's good.
Thank
And
you,
I've talked to
thank you. You
I
supposed to
talked
been
to
in
Crystal Phoenix. Yeah, I've talked to some people that's been in it. So yeah.
Yeah, you supposed to been in it. Thought I forgot.
Yeah. I
ain't
should have
forgot.
been in somewhere holding the door or something, anything.
You had a role in it, but you had to back out, remember?
I sure did. Yep. So I should have got up in there. So
That's all right. That's all right. There'll be more to come. But again, like I said, I'm an actress at heart.
yeah.
But doing my investigations, getting in the business, learning, meeting different people, you
Right.
kind of learn what it takes to actually get in the business.
Right.
And for me, I'm not a ritual type of person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a dictatable type of person. So I can't come in under somebody's wing that can then control me.
Right.
So for me, I didn't want to go the traditional route of Hollywood.
Okay.
Oh, you've been discovered. Oh, you go to this meeting. You go to this party. You go to this.
Right. Right.
So for me, I had to ask myself, what's most important for me? And I just like, getting out of character and portraying somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
I can do that on my own. I'm a storyteller.
Exactly.
You can tell that from my comedy, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So, me, I've always been one of those people that talks a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, I can do this. Oh, I can do that.
Right.
Oh, I can write movies. Oh, I can write a book. Oh, I can write poetry. But hadn't done nothing.
I had done that.
Just talking.
Very independent.
And one day, my husband asked me, he's like, well, what do you want to do with yourself, Tyra? What do you want to do? Because I was telling him, I was having second thoughts on comedy and I felt like I was in the way. There's other female comedians that are funny that I may be taking opportunities from that really want to do something with this comedy thing. And I'm not sure that's what I want. So I said, I want to write some movies. Let me write some movies because I noticed with him, we used to trade movies that we would watch every Friday night. He would watch one of his corny movies. I'd have to sit through it.
Okay.
He'd have to sit through one of my hood movies. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I got to notice that he could go all the way back 80 years if he wanted to and find a movie.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have that type of selection.
No, nope.
In for those that don't know, my late husband was white. If you didn't know, they can reach all the way back to the 20s if they want to find a movie. Right. Ours comes around the late 60s, 70s, and I said we need more. We need more content. We need more movies. And so I said I'm going to do my part to put more of the type of movies that I like out there. So I started writing. Right. When I wrote the first one, he read it in 15 minutes. I thought he was lying. Mm-hmm. But he read it in 15 minutes. This is pretty good. And he told me I needed to produce it. And he found the money for me to produce it, so I did.
Okay.
And so that's how I got started. I wanted to prove to myself, one, that I could do something that I always said I could do, which was write movies.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to actually do that. Mm-hmm. And then I wanted to actually produce it. And I was able to do that. So that's how we got started. I had nothing else to do. I mean, my husband sat me down. I didn't have to work anymore. And I was just at home. So what was I going to do?
Right.
And so that's how we got started. And now I just filmed my second movie late last year.
Okay.
It's called 7 Questions. Okay. It is in post-production now. I'm very, very excited about this one.
Okay, I can't wait to see that myself.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait. It should be ready. It should be completely edited early spring.
Right. And did you feel yourself, since you're doing this, I'm gonna ask this because did you feel yourself as you do each movie and you on your second, third movie, whatever, do you feel yourself getting stronger making these movies and producing them and everything? Because I know you're learning things as you go along. Everybody who's in this game is always learning and trying to learn more. Do you feel yourself learning more and just getting better at it?
I do. I can also I see where I'm falling short too.
Okay.
So that's all a part of the growth process, and and just with me it's really, I'm not funded by anybody. Like nobody dropped a big bag of money in my lap and said make a movie.
Right.
And that's part of the cost you pay. I don't want that because I don't want anybody controlling my content.
I get that. Yeah.
If I let somebody drop a bag in my lap, then they can tell me what to change.
There you go. Yeah, I like it.
So if I keep it all under my umbrella, then I keep full creative control. But with that, you miss some steps sometimes. So I'm learning as I go along. I'm sticking to my format of filming in a week. I try to get my movies filmed from Sunday to Saturday.
Right.
That's it. Okay. And so that the actor isn't being drug along for months at a time, because a lot of people still have to work their regular jobs. They're not able to act as a regular job. So I want to take too much away from the actors when they commit to my projects. But I'm definitely getting stronger, and I do plan on this year branching out and doing other projects. So those who have scripts that they want to produce, if they want me to direct them, I'm actually going to make myself available for that, because I feel like I'm knowledgeable enough to do that now.
Right. I think it's so beautiful because I love the fact we got more, especially Black females, in directing and producing both. And I think it's so great because I know some of the female actors that are out there in Hollywood, whether it's Teresa P. Henson, whoever it may be, they all trying to do even more as far as directing. They're trying to get their hands on doing more because of what they know and what they learn. It's hard to get their foot in the door because of certain things and being skin color or whatever it may be. But being independent is the way to go because you control your destiny more. And I kudos to you for that. I understand why you independent doing that. So I definitely would commend you on that one. I would stay independent because that's the best way to go, because when you're independent, they have to come talk to you first, not the person who gave you the bag to do the independent.
What you can come and do is you can come buy this movie after I already produced it.
Right.
You can come and buy the rights or whatever for a little while. I can do that. I'll take a big bag right now.
Yeah, so
you can make it a Tubi original if that's what you want to do. I mean, who am I to tell you no? But it's a lot that goes along with the Hollywood route, and like the Taraji P. Hensons of the world. If you notice, they don't pay Black females in Hollywood.
No.
Then Black males, they pretty much found the way to the bag.
Right.
You got a lot of Will Smiths that make 10 million a movie. Your
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes is your Denzel Washingtons. They can make money,
Yeah.
but for black women, they don't really pay us.
No.
And it's not that we're inherently less talented than white women. It's just that they've never really valued black women in any industry.
Right.
So when you look at a Taraji, she's going through what she's going through, and she's at the pinnacle of her game.
Yeah.
She's at the top.
Yeah, she is. And speaking of that, because it got me to think about especially by being Black History Month. I'm just talking about when I was coming up. The only person I knew that was producing movies, not even the black female. I don't know too many it was, but I know as far as the black males that was producing was Keenan Alvin Wayans was producing back then. He went from 11 Color to producing some movies. That's the only one I knew.
No, you knew more than that.
Huh?
You knew more than that. Spike Lee, Robert Townsend.
Spike Lee, and
Robert Townsend.
Yeah, it is. There's some out there, but it just wasn't a whole lot. It wasn't a whole lot to choose from, is what I'm saying. It wasn't a whole lot to choose from, but they was out there. Don't get me wrong, they was out there.
When you can count them,
yeah,
it's the problem. When you can count how many we had, that's the problem.
It was, and
that's
just
the thing
wasn't
about.
To choose from. Yeah.
And that's the thing about the acting. Like with Taraji, like they only allow so many black actresses at the top at a time.
Right.
And when one falls out of line, they just let another one in. There's never like a plethora of us. You've got like Viola, you got Taraji, you've got Olivia. You can count, what's her name? What's love got to do with it? Why can't I say her name?
I need something about
Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett, yes. I know Regina King too was doing something now too, yeah.
Right, but you see, they only allow so many, and when you get out of line, they just put you, they blackball you, and then they let the next one in, so you really can't complain about anything, and that's why when you look at all of these top black actresses, I bet you none of them are making more than 40, are worth more than 40 million. It's like a cap. 25 million is the major cap. I think one of them is making like 40, but I think that's Gabrielle, but her husband's Dwayne Wade, so he made a lot of millions.
Union,
yeah, but they don't make money. But when you look at our counterparts, you have a no-name white actress, and she'll be worth 70 million because she did 3 movies.
Right. Yeah. Yep. That's true. And,
so that's the main reason that I'm staying independent and that I am independent because I'm not dealing with that.
I love doing my stand-up, but I ain't gonna even lie. I like acting probably just as much, if not better than stand-up, because I've acted in about 7, 8 movies, and I love it. But with you in, I haven't gotten my hand on, but I would love to get into the directing and producer part, which I know it's a lot to it, but you have to really be in. You have to really sit there and learn it. But and that's what a lot of people don't realize. It is really hard to do directing and produce. It's a lot that goes on behind the scenes more than what's in front of the scene. And that's why I tell people you have to really appreciate when somebody put it all together.
Before you even get to the scene. Like people, they be so hard on these content creators, these movie directors, but baby, before you even get to the scene, you gotta set up where you gonna film. Are you gonna be able to film? Is it gonna rain? Is you gonna lose your daylight?
You gotta get permission.
It's so much that goes into planning a movie. Like for me, when I do these movies in a week, I got to plan out every location that we have to film. And then I have to think to myself, I be smacking myself across the face. Like, why would you write this way? Now I got to go find, a fish shop. Then I got to go find, it is hard. And people don't want to help.
No.
They don't want to help. They be like, what? Like, can I film in your gas station parking lot? No, you can't film in my gas station parking lot. Like, dang, but I need a gas station. Where am I gonna get some gas pumps from?
Yeah. Yeah. I could go back.
You can do it.
It is hard. I remember my first movie, I'll never forget it. It was called Twisted. It was filmed out here in Louisville. I'll never forget it. And my buddy called me because I knew I was a stand-up comedian. He called me, and matter of fact, my buddy Meech Dog. We both did it.
Oh,
we played some dirty cops. But what got me was when we filmed, what we had to do, it was in the alley. So he told us to come to this spot. We're like, where is it at? He said, just come to the alley. And we come to the alley. We're like, oh my God, he got all these cameras set up in the alley, dark alley at midnight. Yeah, but and Potty wasn't supposed to be there, but we still filmed it. We did our thing. Yeah,
it's why it's so late.
Yeah. So
we like, but you got all these lights though.
Right.
You got to be quiet.
Yeah, and I was like, man, but I did my thing and I enjoyed it. And after that, I was like, you know what, this is all right. I like it. So, and I really had the bug after that. So, but yeah, I think it's really great what you're doing with these movies. Just keep doing it. And you kind of went over this one. I was going to ask you this, but you kind of went over it. Stand up or acting? Which one you like more? Acting. Yeah, because I figured that because and you are a good actor. I like it because you really get into it. You even helped me with some stuff too with that one movie we done. So I know
I become the character. I try to become the character, baby.
Right. Yeah.
But that's been my passion since I was 5, like literally 5 years old.
Right.
I ain't gonna tell you how many years ago that was, but that was a little while ago.
Right.
Couple decades ago, you know.
Yeah.
So, that's just, it's always gonna be the passion.
Oh yeah, it is. It's a passion, and my passion really is, it's both of them. But I really love stand up because I love making people laugh and feel good inside, and it's not an easy thing to do. I tell people, and there is a difference. I'm gonna tell you something. I just realized I didn't even know. I was just, how you be strolling through your phone, you see something. I'm like, man, and I just watched. It was like a 2 or 3 minute clip of them. I watched Power 3 book Raising with Canaan, okay, and I did not know, and he's a good actor too. London Brown, the actor that plays Marvin on there, is a stand-up comedian. Did not know that. And he had a clip he put on that was at the Laugh Factory.
Means nothing to me.
I was like, oh my God.
I don't support 50 Cent. And I'm very.
I was like, oh my God. Yeah, and I think your boy Zach Mansory, he did something with Raising Canaan Zach, the one we did a movie with. He just did something on Power Book 3 at the beginning of the season though. So I was happy for him on that. I've had him on here on my podcast, but that's why I tell people, you don't know what some people's history is on. All you do is just see them on TV, but you don't know what they did to get there, the work they put in.
Right, what they had to go through for you to see their face.
Thank you. Yeah, people don't know that.
And the sad part about my movies is the first movie that I wrote, I was literally supposed to star in it, right?
Okay.
But I wrote this chick so exotic.
Okay. You're like, nah, I'm gonna go and get somebody else to do this. I'm
not gonna do this to my audience. I'm not gonna do this to my audience. You know how you watching a movie, you be like, that person's supposed to be that? Like,
right.
I literally fit the description of none of them. Mm-hmm. So when people come to me and they're like, you ain't put me in a movie, I ain't put me in a movie yet. Like,
right. And
I'm still working to fit me in. And I wrote it.
Right. I was in this one movie, and I ain't going to say the name of it, but it was different for me because I had to play a crackhead, and that was cool. And I played.
Different, really?
It was different
because
that
I know about you.
It was different. I'm gonna tell you why it was different. It wasn't. Stop it. It was not because I was playing a crackhead, but the wordings I had to say playing a crackhead. I was like, "Lovers, can you do this?" And I went ahead and did it. Yeah, it was hard because I had to say. I'm just gonna give you a couple words I had to say. I had to say stuff like, "Suck his dick." Yeah, all that type of stuff. I was like, oh my God.
You had to say that?
I didn't do it, but I had to say it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, why? Yeah, I was like,
He's not going to say
really
that.
Want this money.
He wanted that bad.
Yeah, but yeah. And but that's why I tell people, you don't realize what you go through when you're doing this acting, but I had to be that part, and I was that part. So, but that's neither here nor there. But I love acting, I do. But people got to realize too, just because you, and I tell people, just because you act in that part, they don't mean you are that part. When
you portray a role.
Some people think, well, that person's this and that. That's the way they are. The way they act, that's who they are. No, that's not who they are.
No,
that's just entertainment. That's entertainment.
Lynn Evans was in Starstruck. She was the neighbor in Starstruck, and her role, she was very ghetto, very hood, and very loud. But in reality, this lady does church plays.
See,
she's a church goer, like she's heavy in the church, but she had to play this role of the ghetto chick. And when she was rich, she said, "Oh Lord, my church members, they're gonna feel some type of way when they see me."
Right.
But she did such a good job. I brought her back to star in the second movie.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So she stars in my second movie. But yeah, she did a great job. But yeah, she had to portray somebody that's totally opposite of her. She had to portray like she was smoking weed. This lady don't do nothing. He don't do nothing in real life. So understand it is character portrayal. It is not necessarily that person. So when you sitting there mad at that person, like if I see Tariq, I'm gonna knock him out because I heard everybody wanted to fight Tariq at one point.
Yeah, right.
And he's acting. That's not his name.
Thank you. That's not who he is.
Please don't run up on that man.
You know what? That was one of the when I went at the times I've been out Cal, at Los Angeles. You know, now time. You know, some people get, and I'm glad you made that movie Starstruck, because some people see stars and get struck, and they really do. I don't, because I know in reality that's not who they are, who they on the screen. In real life, they somebody else, and we have to understand that. But some people don't understand that.
But for me, I always felt like they should get struck when they see me because I'm the restorer.
Right.
Why
So,
I'm gonna act out goofy with you when in about 10 years we gonna know each other like that?
right.
Remember when
Yeah,
I
so,
seen you? Yep, you came to the club. Yep, I seen you. No, I didn't get no picture
right.
because you didn't ask me for one.
I go through that just being a stand-up comedian. I had a comedian come to me probably about a month or two ago. He's like, man, how do you handle people, not only hecklers, but people that come to you and say, you're a comedian, make me laugh. I said, man, what you tell them is, I said, you just got to handle them and tell them, so, look, I'm not on stage in front of a mic. I'm this person off stage, but on stage, I'm that person. Now, off stage, I do have that title, but that don't mean I have to make you laugh just because I'm,
You know what my
that I
go-to
have
is
that
when they
title.
say that?
What do you do?
Make me laugh. Pay me
Yeah.
a deposit.
Thank you. You know what? Yeah,
You pay me a deposit, I make you laugh. You're
That's
not gonna
right,
pay
yeah.
me. I'm not. Who I look like?
Thank you.
Got the
Right.
second job for you.
Let me talk. I want to talk about this. You going to the Super Bowl poison tomorrow? Because you know the Super Bowl's tomorrow. You getting
Yeah,
Super
I
Bowl poison?
know. Yeah, I know. They did my boy wrong. You know they
Who's
did
that?
it wrong.
Who's that?
I mean, they try to make up for it by giving him MVP. But you
Oh,
know he's
yeah.
supposed to be in that doggone Super Bowl.
Yeah, Lamar. Yeah. I know. Yeah. It's politics and everything.
I might, I just started back watching football this year.
Right.
I'm extra militant.
Right. You know it's politics in the NFL. It's $1 billion.
I was definitely not. I was one of those people that was boycotting it and talking about all of you Negroes that went back watching it that same year. Oh, I was talking bad about y'all. Like they
Right.
can't stand for nothing. Look at you.
I feel the same way. And I'm a Steelers fan. They in my division, but I'm like, there's so much politics in the NFL, and I understand this, so I try not to get too caught up in it. There's gonna be some politics tomorrow. Trust me.
But you always got something to say about them Cowboys, though.
What did you say? Did you say the Cowboys on my podcast?
No. But you did.
Okay, I was going to say, if you said the Cowboys on my podcast, I'm about to take you off right now. I'm fans. They still mad. They still at home in front of the TV.
I mean, I was a Cowboy fan for over 20 years.
Oh, okay.
I stopped watching football when the Colin Kaepernick thing popped off.
Okay.
And then I said when I came back, I wasn't gonna be no Cowboy fan because of how Jerry Jones showed his tail during that whole fiasco. Showing everybody just how racist he was. I was like, well, I ain't about to be no Cowboy fan, but then I link up with somebody that's a Cowboy fan.
Right.
And it's just easier. I don't really be cheering like that. I just be like, oh, that's good, yay, because he be happy. But I don't really care. I'm a Baltimore Raven fan.
Yeah. I just know one thing. It's one of the biggest gross income things the Super Bowl is. I'm just going to put this little tidbit out there. Charles Barkley and somebody else was talking about how much they asked him, they said, how much you think the first Super Bowl ticket was, the very first Super Bowl? And they kind of gave him a price range. He said, what? It was like, I think it was $6 to $12, somewhere around there. The very first Super Bowl, to buy a ticket to go Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. He said, guess what the ticket price is today just to go to the Super Bowl? I think it was like $44,000. Now, do I need to say more? How do you go from $5 to $6 to $44? If that ain't capitalism, I don't know what is.
Well, you got the commercials.
Yeah, commercials. Yeah, you got a lot of sponsors. Yeah.
But then they getting all the money though.
Yeah. Usher, what's the name? Who's one performing the halftime show? What's the Usher? He's performing the halftime show. He's got to get his money.
They don't get paid for that.
Well, I don't know. They might pay a little
crazy.
bit. Sponsors, he gets paid off sponsors or somebody.
They get paid in publicity.
Right.
I'm like, publicity, but I gotta pay these dancers.
They said it was like
pay these dancers?
$10, $15 million to have a commercial during the Super Bowl. Somewhere. It might be more than that. Some crazy number.
Oh yes, it's what, a few million per second on the doggone ads. It's crazy.
Yeah, and we talking about money. Let me slide in this being Black History Month. And let me just say this before we go into Black Wall Street, because you had talked about that before one time on my podcast, and I want you to elaborate on it. But let me just say this, throw this out to the people, because by being Black History Month, I tell people, you sitting there eating potato chips and don't know a black man invented that named George Crumb. George Crumb invented the potato chip, and you're sitting there eating them every day. Some people don't even know that. Also, and I'm gonna give love to my queens. And I didn't know this. I was like, oh wow, Dr. Gladys West, she invented the GPS navigation.
Mm-hmm.
So your
Black
ass,
woman.
thank black woman.
You wouldn't know where you was going without him.
Thank you. Exactly. There's still a lot of brothers who don't know where they're going without them. So, but yeah, so
And a black woman helped you see because she invented LASIK.
Yep, sure did. I know about that one. Yeah. Just trying to educate the people a little bit because we do got a lot of history than what we've done, and that's
absolutely.
Because I remember last time you was on my podcast, you talked about the Black Wall Street, how we was having things going on, and all of a sudden it got taken away with just what they wanted to do. Yeah. And that was like, oh my God! And the history's on there. People just got to read it. It's in there. So
there was a lot of Black Wall Streets. They was everywhere. Louisville had one. I think they call it Walnut Street.
Right.
Louisville had one. We had a district where they were booming. A lot of metropolitans had, Black areas that were booming. It wasn't just Tulsa. Right. You had Greenwood. You had a lot of different ones all across the country. And and the same is still true now. They will still sabotage the Black businesses doing too well.
Right. Yeah.
It's nothing new. Like I remember when Super Chefs burned down when they were in St. Matthews. That didn't surprise me. He was getting way too much business, and all those small businesses were not getting the business. They see him getting it. Then all of a sudden, his restaurant burns down. That didn't surprise me. I said, that's so typical.
Yep. You're right.
So speaking of Black Wall Street, I am going to be going into business soon. I'm developing novelties business where I'm going to be selling stuff.
Okay.
I just want to sell stuff.
I always got your hands on something. There it is.
I'm trying to touch every dollar I can touch. So be on the lookout for that. I might start it internal without a brick and mortar at first, but I'm gonna be looking for my location.
Okay.
You gotta come in and shop with me.
Right.
So yeah, commerce. You got to get your hands on as much money as possible and get as many income streams coming in as possible. When I do these movies, I do what I got to do. It takes me a week of actually filming and probably a few months of planning and a couple of months of post-production crap. But then after that, it's just residual income.
Right. I get that. Yeah.
So find ways, everybody, just find ways that you can get more money coming into your pockets. And the more residual or passive income you can make, the better off you're going to be in the long run. Right. It might take some investing into yourself, but do it. It's worth it. You got to build your legacy. You got to build your pockets up for the ones behind you.
Right. You're right. Yeah. And that's all you got is your brand. I tell people, and it's funny we talking about this because I was just sitting thinking the other day, I'm like, man, I got to get more people on my brand, on my podcast to invest in them more. And I'm just gonna knock on some doors. Every door is not gonna shut on me, and I know that. But until I knock on the door, I won't know.
Right.
So, you see
that's one thing you will know is you ain't gonna get nothing if you don't knock.
There you go.
That's a given.
That's right. Yeah.
Because the closed mouth don't get what?
Don't get fed. That's right. So you can't be scared to knock on the door. That's what gets me. A lot of people think somebody's just supposed to come to them. No, you have to go to them. You have to go make the opportunity.
I feel attacked.
The opportunity comes.
I feel attacked because as a kid, I really thought they was gonna come and knock on the door and ask me if I wanted to be in a movie.
Right. Nah.
They just was not coming. Where is they at, Mama?
Right.
Don't they know coming. I'm good? I'm good at this.
Right. Yeah.
No, it's not gonna just come to you. You have to go and get it, and you have to go and get it.
I'm gonna put you on the spot here because I ask almost everybody on my podcast. It's more like a question / statement. Something people don't know about you. They don't know. Something people don't know about you.
Ooh,
I'm putting you on the spot. And I know you're not shy, so come on out with it.
Something people don't know about me. I think they know everything. What?
This is something that we don't know about you. I know it's something I don't know about you.
That I have a lot of insecurities.
Okay. A lot of insecurities, yeah. It's a good or bad thing? It's not good. I mean, it's not a bad thing.
I have a lot more insecurities than people would imagine.
Okay.
Like for instance, I'm insecure. I have body insecurity right now because I gained all that weight.
Okay.
And I was really, really happy.
Big tower.
Big tower. I was talking big stuff.
Right.
I was like, don't be asking about skinny Tara. She gone. She dead. I ate her.
Right.
Well, now she's coming back, and then I'm insecure about that.
Okay.
I want to regain my weight. So it's a lot of I fight a lot of insecurities, and I don't think I put that out enough.
Right.
I think I may act a little overconfident, and I don't be all that confident. So
Right.
I guess I'm a human. Oh, don't tell people I'm human.
Hey, that's what we humans before we anything. We're human beings. So, and that's part,
Yeah.
you know what? But I'm glad you said it because see, it's another thing. That's kind of something. My new thing for 2024 is my self growth. Some people don't know about me. I'm trying to really, really embrace my self growth. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some people out there that are human beings that try to mess with my self growth. I have to put that hand out there because my self growth is the only thing I got as a human being between me and my spiritual foundation. So
right.
I have to really embrace that. So I'm saying to you, you do the same. Don't let nobody mess with your self growth, and that's part of insecurity too. Self growth. You got to embrace it all together. And that'll kind of take away some insecurity if you embrace that self-growth more. Because we're all gonna go through it as time go on and as we age as human beings, it's just the way it is. It's part of our
Life changes brings them about. Like when you go from one state of mind of I ain't never gotta be out there on the market again. I got, married, I'm cool, everything. I can let myself I gained 80 pounds in my marriage and he didn't say nothing.
Right.
He ain't say a word. So you go from that type of comfort zone and then you getting back out here and then you got people judging you again.
Right.
Pointing their finger saying this should be different. This should be different.
Right.
A lot of things can bring about insecurities and that I just want people to understand that when you see a person, they probably going through the same things you're going through.
Yeah.
Don't put them on don't put me on no pedestal because I jump off.
Like I said, that my self growth is a whole nother level now, and it's like I'm just like there's nothing's gonna stop me with my self growth right now. I'm not gonna let nothing get in the way. I really ain't. Nobody's getting in the way of my self growth, and the only person that is within my self growth is God. But nobody's getting in the way of my self growth. That's including my kids who I love and my wife.
That's right.
Nobody's getting in the way of my self growth.
It's self actualization.
Yeah.
Is you being honest with yourself when there's nobody else but you and God.
That's right.
You being honest with the person that you are and looking at the person that you are and deciding if you are okay with that.
Yeah.
That's a big part of self-growth. So I do those exercises a lot. I haven't done one in a while, so I'm probably due one.
Yeah.
But those where you really sit down and you ask yourself 10 solid questions about yourself and you have to give yourself an honest answer because you ain't gonna do no good to lie to yourself. And that's how you grow and you become a better person. And did I handle that situation the best way I could? Was I being facetious?
Exactly.
Do I owe some apologies? Oh man, I owe apologies.
Yeah. And the main thing that tells the truth more than anything is a mirror. And I tell people, I look in the mirror every day. I always tell myself, I am who I am. Don't try to be nothing different. I am who I am. That's why a lot of people can't even look in the mirror because they don't want to look at that person and they don't accept the changes that person's making in the mirror. Like I said, you're not going to stay the same. It's how you embrace the changes. And some people can't embrace it.
And sometimes, honestly, sometimes people don't even mean to not embrace it.
No.
People just, they categorize people. They look at who's in their life and they put them in a category. And when you start to elevate or move out of that category that they put you in, they don't know what to do with you. Now they have to reevaluate everything. It's like, oh, well, he used to just be the big head light skin comic. Now he got podcasts, he doing movies, he going out to Hollywood, he's going over to Dubai to do comedy. What am I gonna now? I can't just keep him in this little box he was in. He done jumped outside of it.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times I think people when they give you shade, or they throw a little hate. It don't be because they really hate you or they trying to shade you. It's because they don't know what to do with their inner feelings because
themselves
trying to elevate.
Yep. You know what? This has been great, but check this out. They got this tag on Extra Crispy. That's a heck of a name for an improv group. Extra Crispy improv group not far from me. And they're making all this noise. And I ain't heard no Extra Crispy jokes. So
where's the laughter?
That's what I'm saying. They are loud. You hear me?
They are.
I know you can hear them in the background, so I may have to end this podcast a little shorter than I wanted to, but I ain't mad about it. I ain't mad about it.
At least you ain't mad at me, because guess what? I showed up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There you go. Yeah, yes. And
I ain't got your big head mad at me, so I'm cool.
right. Hey, I am so happy to have you on my podcast. You know that, and I love having you on my podcast because we have such a good conversation anyway. So
Absolutely, always.
always, and but before I go at it, I gotta let you put everything out there that you are doing, so these people can know how to get in contact with you and where to go at. And let me just say this too. I think I did put your movie on my page. Anything you got, I need to put on my page because I got a lot of followers and I love them. Some of them touch, but I still love them.
Okay.
And
Well, later on you'll put the second movie, but I'll send you a link to
yeah,
Starstruck. If y'all want to catch my first movie, it's called Starstruck. It is starring Felicia Morris and
okay.
Rodney Cox. They
Hmm.
were the main characters in that one. It's a very good movie about a female who loves her men but does not love them catching feelings for her,
Right. Mm.
and how she navigates, the love of her life coming into her life. So it's a good one. And this next one, I just want to tell them a little bit about that one.
But yeah, put it out there.
It's a story of a lady. She's got a son. She's realizing that she hasn't dated anybody seriously, but she might want to because she's about to be an empty nester.
Okay.
And she's got this best friend who just happens to be a gay man,
Okay.
but he's down low
Ooh.
and he's
Okay.
masculine presenting. So nobody really knows it. And that relationship kind of comes between her new relationship
Mm.
because dude don't understand that dude's gay.
Right. Mm.
Like friend might get it.
Right.
So that one should be finished in the early spring. And so y'all
Okay.
should look for that around summertime. I will probably do a red carpet release in Louisville
Okay.
at one of these theaters around here. I haven't decided which one, but I'm going to start planning that once I know when the movie's going to be complete.
Right.
Again, I will be wholesaling items, different items. I can't wait. I'm going to start flipping
heard.
pallets is what they call it. And look for me to get back on stage because y'all won't leave me alone and y'all keep asking me to come back and do comedy. So I'm going to do that here in the next couple of months. Y'all will be seeing a flyer or something with my name on it that I'm going to be telling jokes. So I expect to see your face in place.
I will. I'll be there. Matter of fact, it's a young lady here who's been on my podcast. She does she writes these books, and she's a black woman that writes books named Tab T. She says she loved this, and she's just watching the podcast, loving it. So much love
That's
to you,
what's up.
Black
Tab T,
Queen.
I've heard of her.
Yeah, yes, and she got a lot of books out there she's doing, and she's a great author. She really is, and I appreciate you
I have to
watching
go
the
and buy
podcast.
some now. Why
Yeah,
you
you know
telling me
it.
this? I'm trying not to spend money. Then I got to
Right.
go buy Tab T's books.
That's right. Go back to books. That's right. We got to support each other, and that's what
Absolutely.
it's about more than anything. We got to support each other through it all. I tell people so. I know you're doing so much. You're doing also. So I know you. I know you are in Black Woman Facebook jail right now. so
Well, I'm out. I'm out of jail.
are you out?
But
Okay.
I'm
Are
going
you
to
out?
be
So
deleting
how
anybody
can they
watching
get
this.
contact with you to go to where see what you're doing? That's why I wanted you to put it out there too, because this is on
Right.
Spotify too.
So I'm, Tyra Cooley on Facebook. I'm
Okay.
comedian Tyra Crush on Instagram. Y'all can reach me by my website, herstoryfilmproductions.com. That's where I post any casting notices that are upcoming, anything like that you can find on my website. And when I do his podcast again, I'm have information on how you can shop with me. Because
Right.
I want y'all to shop with me too.
Right. I got you.
Get to get some money,
Get
baby.
it. That's what you got to. Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much what you can find me on Twitter. X.
Okay. Well, that,
Tyra Cooley on X as well. So yeah, come find me.
that's what's up because I always want people to put their info out there because you never know who's listening. They need to get in contact with you to maybe be in the movie or help with the movie or whatever it may be. So
my email tcrush502@yahoo.com.
that's what I'm talking about. There we go. Yeah. I tell people all the time, it's always great to have people that are doing something with inside themselves to be better, not only in society but to help others, and that's what you're doing. As far as when you are here doing these movies, helping a lot of people just be themselves and do good things in the community as well as for your movie. So, and I'm always, like I said, I'm always trying to help people. And matter of fact, Also, Tab T, I got you. I let me just say this. I said whoever was the first person to comment on my podcast will get 2 tickets to the for the Love of Comedy Queens. So you got it, and I'm gonna give you them tickets. They'll be waiting for you here Wednesday when you come in, and they'll be there. So just come and
I'll
bring
see
whoever
you
you
there
want to
Wednesday,
bring.
girl, because I'm your plus one. No, I'm
You
just
plus
playing.
one. Okay, look. 'Cause I know you in
Come
the, so
invite
you
my
not
friend,
even in
girl.
Louisville.
Captain, we gonna have us a ball, girl.
Right. I heard you. Yeah. You up in New Jersey somewhere. You far away from Louisville right now. So, but
Who, me?
like, yeah, you. Where you at?
I'm
You ain't
in Louisville.
You
I
in
just
Louisville
got
now?
back 2 days ago.
See, I didn't know. See, I'm thinking you was. See, that's what I'm saying. I thought you were still, out of state. So
And
okay,
see,
well,
I
great.
was in Connecticut, and then I moved to Georgia.
Yeah, Connecticut.
And I'm
You're
back in
right.
Kentucky.
Okay, well, great. That's great. That's great. Because, but yeah, well, come on out there Wednesday night to the Valentine's Day show. We're gonna have a good time. Even
And
though I ain't performing,
this
but I'm
coming Wednesday.
This coming Wednesday night at 8:00. I'm telling you now, I got for the love of comedy. I even got a special guest comedian. So these people gonna have a good time. They're gonna laugh.
Yeah, I should be able
And
to
I got
make
so many people coming. So
if I'm in town, I would definitely make that
yeah,
for
come
sure.
because it's all about everybody having a good time. That's what I'm about. So
Absolutely.
yeah, for sure. With that said, shoot. Only thing I gotta say 1 or 2 more things before I end this podcast. Like I said, make sure y'all come out for Love of Comedy Queens, February 14th, right here at the 21st Amendment, 1481 South Shelby Street here in Louisville, Kentucky. Come support it. I got some great comedy queens, and I love these comedy queens because I want to put them on the platform where they can be seen and other people can laugh, and that's what it's all
That's
about
right.
at the end of the day. I just enjoy. I'm just so happy because I'm like I said, it's part of my self growth being light skinned. I'm so happy and blessed. It's like can't nobody stop me. But
Yeah,
me.
y'all always happy
So,
with your
yeah,
life.
so yeah, I was me my light skin joke. So, but I just know I enjoy having you because you just me and you we go back. So it's all good, and I
Absolutely.
just really appreciate what you're doing. And I was glad to have you on my platform, putting everything out there what you're doing, and us having this conversation.
And
I'm like,
everybody heard you say you was gonna be in my next one, so
I'm gonna be in your next one. I'm
make
going to
sure
be in it.
wifey knows that.
Hey, I'm gonna have to let her know.
You
I
for
might
a
have to
couple
bring her
days.
down here. I might have to bring her with me just so she won't
She
think
can
I'm going over the
come.
side chick's
She
house.
can come.
So,
I understand. Didn't I tell you I got a lot of insecurities?
right, yeah. You know how you black women are. Where
I
you
get
going at? I started putting my clothes on. She started putting her clothes on. But I'm going too.
Look, I will cut me somebody.
Yeah. So
Go
I
with
might have
that
to
one,
bring
don't
her
do
too.
it.
Yeah, you might have to put her in the damn movie shoot with the attitude she got now.
Right. I will cut
But,
you, honey, and you don't want these problems now. He
Right.
ain't worth it. He
right.
ain't worth what I'm gonna put you through. I'm telling you now.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, but hey, I really appreciate you being on this podcast tonight. I had a good
For having
time.
me.
You keep doing what you're doing. I got much love for you. And I'm gonna put this. It's my podcast to be on Spotify. I'll probably put it on tomorrow, next day. So people want to listen to it, just go to Spotify, listen to it, or go to the YouTube page, BHLC Podcast YouTube. And I'm gonna put this out there for what it's worth. Even though I'm a little scared, hope I don't get. If anybody really got some serious business about putting it out there, and you want to be part of my podcast, hit me up at lovisbrown68@gmail.com. lovisbrown68@gmail.com. Yes, I put my governor name out there, so y'all know. So
Yeah, somebody named him Lovist.
Yeah, unfortunately. But I really had a good time, and I didn't know you was back here in Louisville. Enjoy the rest of your night. Have fun, spread love, and keep working like you're doing, and keep putting your hands on all different things that you're doing. Because
you already know,
you
touch all the
touching it
money,
and making it gold. So
I got grandbabies. I got grandbabies to feed. You heard
I
me?
ain't got that yet, and I thank God I ain't got grandkids. But I got kids, but I got grandkids.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry because it is a wonderful time. I ain't gonna.
That's great. Embrace it. Back to self growth. Embrace it. Embrace it.
I'm granny.
Granny, yeah. I think I'll be a grandfather one day. I'm sure either
I'm
my
just
son or
granny, and I ain't G mom and all that. Just granny.
Just granny. Okay.
All right, love. It's now.
Okay. All right. It's been nice, and you enjoy the rest of your evening. And much love to you. And just keep doing what you're doing, and hopefully, people be reaching out to you to see what you're about. So, and I keep supporting what you're doing. I'm gonna keep supporting you. So that's what I do.
All right. I will see you soon.
Okay. All right. You enjoy the rest of your night.
Peace.
Peace. All right, that's the BHLC podcast. I'm the one and only BHLC, Big Light Skin Comedian. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We had a great show and a great time. And like I said, if y'all want to listen to my podcast, go to Spotify, or you can go to BHLC podcast on YouTube. Like I said, for the love of comedy queens, right here at 1481 South Shelby Street, Louisville, Kentucky. Come down here and check it out this Wednesday on Valentine's Day at 8 o'clock. Also, like I said, tonight, they got Extra Crispy Improv Group. It's going to start up here at 8 o'clock. And after that, they got the Derby City Bad Kids DJ. I'm the one and only BHLC, which is Big Head Light Comedian, BHLC. And thank y'all for tuning in. Much love to y'all. And here's my man here, Ed. He's the manager. Y'all come see him if you got any problems right here at the 21st Amendment. Much love to y'all. Have a great night. And definitely a great year.